very different game plan. Both of these characters sort of have that in common. But again, if you're playing at this sort of high level, you need to be able to play against both of these characters. As the fist bump comes out, going into game one, MinMin and Snake, Kirisaki and ToeJam. Let's get right into it, starting on the classic Pokemon Stadium 2.
Pokemon Stadium 2, interesting pick. I understand it's a great pick for both of these characters. I would hate this as ToeJam. I don't want to give this MinMin space at all, but I'll be curious what his bans are. I assume you probably banned out the even bigger stages, your FDs, your Town and Cities, your Kaloses, and he had to go to this stage. Because honestly, and you can see it already, Kirisaki is making really good use of that range. Currently, though, they are quite stuck together. Kirisaki went for a pretty aggressive edge guard, and as a result has ended up kind of in Snake's face. But we see ToeJam instantly jumping in, and he is fully jumping in. Like, he's going to be using movement mix-ups with grenades and C4s, but you can see already he wants to be face-to-face, close quarters combat with this MinMin, because if he isn't, he is getting pummeled.
You just see Kirisaki at the moment just keeping that stage control and just keeping almost just a whisker away from ToeJam's attempts at aggression, just keeping out of that close range and just being able to scrap toe-to-toe with him. But there we go, catching the jump away with the up tilt. That little bit of rage is going to be the world of difference here as ToeJam taking that first stock.
And it's a stock you love to see as a Snake, because it gets people that much more anti. Trading into Snake is one of the worst feelings in the game, because very often you're getting blown up. However, Kirisaki manages to raid it really quickly. A ill-advised dash attack from ToeJam gets caught out by a really nice recognition with a down smash, and Kirisaki manages to even up the stocks, but still, there's a percent deficit, and that's what you hate to be versus Snake, because you just don't want to get caught out, because every trade's a bad one.
Yeah, you can just see Kirisaki at the moment just trying to bait out this movement from ToeJam, recognizing the fact that actually ToeJam is trying to swing and is trying to get up close, and just having these moments of actually, I'm going to try and bait in the movement, see whether you're going to try and maybe set up a grenade or a C4, or whether actually you're going to continue to run in. And it's been really, really good to see just how proficient Kirisaki is at catching these timings. It's been so impressive to see.
Yeah, catching the times with grabs as well, like the arm comes out, and ToeJam's been putting up shield a lot. Obviously, grab goes straight through shield, and Kirisaki knows a little bit of the timings, but again, it's an early stop from ToeJam, who catches out very cleverly Kirisaki's disadvantage options. Right now, it feels like Kirisaki's rushing disadvantage a little bit. It was a neutral get up B for that first stock. It's this early tether from the second stock. It's very fast options, trying to keep the pace up, but ToeJam's quite prepared for that tempo, so it feels like Kirisaki has to switch it up a little bit if he's going to survive these ledge and edge guarding situations.
Yeah, we can just see there, ToeJam, these parries as well have been so good. Just being able to get a little bit of frame advantage. Going for a bit of Pythagoras there, those angles were looking a little bit dicey, and suddenly in the blink of an eye, Kirisaki just sort of on his last legs gets that hit with the Megawatt, only 102, 120%. It is a lot to bring to the table, and down air out of shield. Going to be their frame 6 option, so good. And now it is going to be really hard. Of course, MinMin has got the potential to get those early kills, but it's going to be next game where we're going to have to see them.
Very, very commensable option from Kirisaki at the end there with a pivot grab. Like, yes, it would catch out the way that ToeJam's been liking to come in, but he's been playing it really safe. He's been playing it really solid and leaving himself open to options like rolling, and that's clearly worked really well for him. And overall, a little bit, he was kind of reading the hell out of Kirisaki in neutral and on ledge. It felt like every single time Kirisaki was get up attacking or jumping in with an aerial, he caught him every single time. And even that gap attack on shield should have just been an up tilt, should have been death. So right now, kind of in his head, kind of performing really well, which is not what I expected to see, at least in game 1 of this matchup.
I was going to say, this is definitely the kind of thing which you would expect to see in like a game 2, game 3, right? It feels as if ToeJam has almost done a lot of homework and done a lot of studying on the way that Kirisaki plays. And it's going to be interesting to see how Kirisaki makes those adjustments. In particular, you know, I imagine Kirisaki potentially expecting, you know, that typical grenade play that you see. We are seeing some really nice adjustments already from him. 75% unanswered at the moment on ToeJam, just slowly but surely racking up that percent, dancing around the grenades, just trying to get a little bit more on the plate at the moment. But again, Kirisaki back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's really, really weird when MinMin turns on the aggression. It's just not a mode you ever expect to see from MinMin players because they're so much stronger far away. But sometimes, if you know that your neutral tempo is getting caught out, that's exactly what you need to do. And Kirisaki is doing it phenomenally so far. He's been really aggressive, in particular with dash grabs. He's been going in a lot with grab, and it's been working super well so far. And in particular, I've really liked his use of arms to dissuade side Bs. He's representing that option a lot, and it's doing great work at the moment because it's catching out ToeJam every single time he wants to set up something. He is destroying every single setup. He doesn't get to play his pre-planned ideas, and at the moment, it is Kirisaki winning every scrap.
I was going to say, a very odd trade there, and unfortunately MinMin not having the frame data to quite catch in that situation, but of course Kirisaki still keeping that aggression on at the moment. I love that little bit of feinting from the side there, and again, another grab being spot dodged. That is the one downside, is that, you know, you do tend to want to hold shield against there, but the Nikita finally going to take that first stock, but it is a long way to go for ToeJam if he wants to go up 2-0 in the set.
Aggressively coming in with grenades over and over. You see these short hops over and over again. He's just trying to bunny hop around every single one of Kirisaki's options and be very non-committal. He doesn't want to be in any sort of lag, but when you're coming down, you have no sort of option except air dodge. He opts not to use it and gets caught out, and I think even if he did use it, he would have gotten hit there. So a bit of a checkmate situation for Kirisaki there, who has quite the lead at this point, and he is poking out with those track bumps, and this is the gameplay we described at the very beginning. This is the gameplay that Snake hates. Chakram comes out, Chakram comes out, Chakram comes out. Oh, sorry, Ram Ram comes out, Ram Ram comes out. Every single grenade you pull could just blow up in your hand, and you're taking more and more percent, and you hate it.
It's really interesting as well, because you mentioned already in that game one that one of the sort of improvements that Kirisaki was needing to make is that rushing of disadvantages, right? Just trying to go for these sort of quite hard read options, these, you know, instead of just waiting and seeing what happened. And we can see at the moment how patiently Kirisaki is taking these moments where he's got ToeJam on his toes, so to speak. And there we go, Dragon Laser as well. Just a little surprise in the favor of Kirisaki. 1-1 so far in the set.
Yeah, very, very interesting game, very interesting adaptation, immediate adaptation as well, most importantly. That was a significant change in game plans, in game style from Kirisaki to take that second game, and it'll be interesting to see how ToeJam adapts back. Obviously, the first thing you think of is, well, he's aggressive with MinMin, so doesn't Snake get to play his game now? Doesn't he get to kind of like sit in shield with these grenades and C4s, and Kirisaki's going to approach into them? Kirisaki's smart. Kirisaki's going to go straight back to camping if you do that.
Yeah. It's sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't, and it's going to be really imperative for ToeJam to find those things that he can just sort of tweak and change and able to, you know, get back into this set. Of course, really strong summon so far. Nice little adjustment there, going for that slightly smaller stage, hoping that it will make a world of difference. And here we go, once again, the parries on the aerials down. ToeJam has been doing such a good job, only managing to get a down air in that situation. And again, you call that out as well, right, where ToeJam here and there just sort of hard reads the defensive habits from Kirisaki. The rolls in particular, they've got the potential to be so exploited, and ToeJam is just ready for it.
Yeah. And yeah, it really is a matter of leaving himself open as well. He's got this very pristine movement where it is bunny hops and B reverses and rolls and all this very simple movement, but effective. He represents a lot of options, but he can't quite represent the air dodge there as he doesn't make it to ledge. Kirisaki sniping out that Cypher, and Snake tumbles to his demise.
I mean, that's the scary part about MinMin, right, is that you've got this almost gameplay of these nickels and dimes, then every now and again they just whip out a few $1,000 bills and suddenly they're looking more the richer for it. It's so difficult to see, but ToeJam not letting it phase him at the moment, instead just waiting for the right opportunity, getting that kill in return, and at the moment stuck at the ledge, but we're going to see what else he can get. That lingering back air, dash attack being punished, and another jump being caught as well. This is where things can get really scary.
I think he might look for an up B here or something, but catches it, up smash, gets a sour spot, not the sweet spot, still in the air though. Ooh, just about gets away. Great movement from ToeJam, who manages to escape a very perilous situation. Nikita trades with the arms, still at the ledge. F-tilt's not going to catch. Great dash attack. What an overshoot from Kirisaki, who is keeping on. That megawatt just about comes out, catches ToeJam's jump from ledge. He's been loving to jump from ledge. It's a great read. It's a great stop from Kirisaki, who once again finds himself with a pretty convincing lead.
Yeah, Let's see if ToeJam can get anything off of this ledge trap situation, but instead Kirisaki trying to go for that grab. Once again, ToeJam being ready for it, and then Nikita, time and time again, has been the real thorn in the side of Kirisaki. ToeJam managing to even it back up fairly quickly, but it is going to be a lot to get back into this. Has got to make those moments happen, trying to get a little bit cheeky there with the forward air, the second harm just being there, ready to catch the timing of the air dodge. And ToeJam, there we go, a grenade into back air, what ToeJam's been looking for a lot of these opportunities. I love that, the empty hop into the forward tilt as well, but a grab from Kirisaki.
Kirisaki threatening with a nut B right now, doesn't quite catch. Up tilt, sends ToeJam up into the air. He needs a way to land, and he does so with B reverses, with Cypher and Grenade. Has him at the ledge, down air, not punished, but still doesn't find purchase. F tilt comes out, what a catch on the jump, but again, the arm chase from Nikita. You can't do Nikita at that range. Kirisaki goes full in with a fair, still pressuring ToeJam. ToeJam sitting under the platform. Wait, what a jump, what an F tilt. Has Kirisaki off ledge? Is it the Nikita again? It is!
Time and time and time again, ToeJam's control of the Nikita has been that clutching factor in those moments. Anytime Kirisaki runs away with the lead, that Nikita just jolts it back into reality. ToeJam has been so clutch in these little moments where you can lose a game, you can lose a lead, you can lose a set, and it's just been sort of clawing and really digging in and saying, you know what, I am not done yet. So impressive to see. And that's the thing, Kirisaki has been making so many good moves, good reads, good predictions all the way throughout this set. The game plan has been fairly airtight, all things considered, but it's in these clutch moments where ToeJam has just really kept his cool, held his nerve, and 2-1 up on the board at the moment, off to Hollow Bastion for game 4.
I feel like both the players are keeping their cool. Like, Kirisaki was smiling after that game loss. He was really, he seems like really be feeling himself. Overall, both these players just seem to be having a good time with it, which is crazy to me right before a top 8. This is the new gen, man. They've got cold blood. They do not care what the stakes are. They're just here to play the game and play it phenomenally. And right now it's Kirisaki who's in the driver's seat. Combo comes out, doesn't even need the laser. Straight up, that's death.
0 to death, let's face it. Just such good play there from Kirisaki all the way through. Still yet to take a hit in this situation, and this is where things can get really dicey. Not quite the hitbox, and it is only the hit of the Cypher
He got some
Kirisaki has taken. I mean, hey, it's better than nothing at this point, but not exactly what you're going to be hoping for if you are ToeJam trying to make it into this top 8. And I've seen what Kirisaki, what MinMin can do with a couple of forward up airs and a dream. ToeJam right now looking at the steep wall that he has got to ascend if he's going to take it 3-1. Of course, you've got that extra game, so the pressure is a little bit off, but when the performance is like this, try to end it all right there and just not quite working. The Cypher saying, no, not just yet.
There's one Nikita, second one, can't quite find it, but he finds the back air. Great double jump read. Oh, and Kirisaki isn't out of the corner, actually. He's going to get caught by the up smash. Snake still has her in the corner, but Kirisaki finally managed to make a way out, shields the C4, and has ToeJam at the ledge. Reversal of situations. ToeJam has to find his way out. Great dash attack. Great timing. Nikita not going to quite catch out, though. Kirisaki has him at the ledge. We're going back and forth and back and forth. We're playing a game of Pong.
There we go. Just wait for the hitbox to come out. Up tilt.
Oh my god, again.
There we go. Yeah, Kirisaki trying to end it all at the moment. However, we have seen what Snake can do, and don't get it twisted. It is still a high mountain to climb, but that steep drop is not looking as vertical at the moment. ToeJam, given how this game started, sort of being not necessarily in the driver's seat, but very much hinting that he can take the wheel at the moment. 162%. It is a lot of rage and a dream, but the spot dodge down smash, tried and true. The GSP earner gonna give Kirisaki that game 4. We're heading into game 5, Zanati.
We're heading into game 5, and it was a really interesting way that ended, actually, because Kirisaki, he's been comfortable. He got a little bit too comfortable. He got a little bit too brazy with it. Couple of up smashes, fully charged that would never work in a million years, and he's throwing it out because he's having fun with it. But is he too comfortable? I don't know. It's hard to say. Right now, these two players both seem at like their peak. It seems like both of them know exactly what they want to be doing. It's just that Kirisaki got too much momentum, too many good reads. But we've seen time and time again that ToeJam is making consistent adaptations, that he really is not panicked at all. They're both smiling, they're fist bumping. And I think no matter what, this game 5 is going to be a showstopper.
We're going to see who's going to be able to take it home, get into that coveted top 8. Game 5, small battlefield. MinMin and Snake dueling it out once more. A little bit of a slower pace in this situation. A nice little two-piece there from ToeJam. 30% on the board, using that movement just to get around anything that Kirisaki wants to go for. It always feels like in these first stocks that they're, it's really explosive in the favor of one player, but it still ends up super close each and every time. These little floating short hops from ToeJam to get around the grab has been so good. Nearly had it there with the forward tilt, but not quite managing to get it to connect. And we can see here ToeJam slowly but surely closing the distance, and we are going to see down throw. What's going to happen?
Kirisaki's been boxing a little bit as well. He's like really kind of kept it close with ToeJam in terms of his positioning, which is surprising considering the way that he accrued such a lead early on last game was with good spacing. Overall, it seems like he's fighting a little bit, and maybe the nerves are finally starting to show. Maybe. I'm not 100%. It could just be that this is the game plan that he feels most comfortable with and that it's been serving him well, perhaps as well. But currently ToeJam, I think, is doing a little bit better there. I think he's choosing his spots in particular a lot more cleanly. I think he's really taking his time with it and takes his time with that up tilt as well. Fully reads the roll in from Kirisaki, who panics in the face of a grenade, in the face of instant death, and takes delayed death instead, but he answers it right back out. He's dealing death back. We go 2 stocks apiece, 0% each. ToeJam takes first blood on this second stock.
Yeah, and clutch get-up attack there from Kirisaki, having enough time to shield that second up smash, and just slow but sure gameplay from both of these players. A really unfortunate SD there from Kirisaki. That's so tragic to see this late into the set, this far into the bracket. Might be the final nail in the coffin for the MinMin player, but we have seen what he is able to do with a few good reads and a dream. We're going to see whether he is able to bring it back into this, but ToeJam, of course, going to be doing everything in his power to savor the lead that he has magically acquired.
Yeah. And ToeJam is doing a really good job of it right now. He's still using those same little bunny hops, those same little short bursts of movement, and in particular a lot of dash attacks, trying to catch him out in order to just rack on a little bit more percent. It's not quite worked though. Kirisaki does have a lead, and he's been doing a lot more in these interactions right now, but another jump from ledge, another short little float straight into Kirisaki's face from ToeJam. Dissuades that. C4 catches out. That hitbox is enormous, and so are up tilt, so are other C4s. It's scary right now, Joycey. That down smash comes out, but I'm scared for Kirisaki right now. It's looking dangerous. Oh my goodness, up throw comes out, and he's not ready, and it's last stock. Oh my god!
I was gonna say, there it is. What a performance, but unfortunately, not quite being enough just yet. Nearly had it there with the back throw to C4. Good DI there from Kirisaki, keeping his tournament life alive. That SD looking to haunt him a little bit. Another dash attack here from ToeJam, but it is the Nikita that brings ToeJam the victory. What a performance. What a performance from the Northern Snake main, making his way into top 8. Loser side. Lightning does indeed strike twice, but it is ToeJam bringing the thunder. What a performance.
What a performance. And like you said, it's the Nikita. Yes, again, he didn't miss with those. If Kirisaki did not have the range to pull out that arm, he did not miss with those. And it is that consistency, that coolness, that presence of mind, even in unfamiliar situations, even right before a top 8, even when your opponent just SD'd and is still playing well. He kept it cool, he kept it collected, and he really delivered in the end. That full overshoot read back throw into C4, what is that?
Beautiful.
What is that?
Honestly. And to go for a read like that as well, at the point where it's like the top 8 winning read, to have the confidence to go for that instead of the safe option is just nutty to me. Like, insane. To just have that level of confidence and comfort to go, I'm going to go for like a flashier option to like cruise my way into top 8. I mean, again, stunning DI there from Kirisaki, but honestly,